Welcome back to my channel, Hennessy's House Reptiles. I saw Clint's Reptiles react to this channel before about king cobras, and I thought it was kind of comical, so I figured, why not go check it out myself and record it while I'm at it. So, this is Odd Danny, spelled, like Oddany, but Odd Danny. And this video is about retics, so we'll see how accurate he is, and I'll critique it as I go.
Now, most of the comments are geared towards the fact that this is probably AI. You're wrong. Meet the reticulated python.
So, yeah, that video was not AI. That is a retic. I couldn't really tell based on the other video. The patterns were real blurry. It was upside down in the water. Chances are it was a retic, though. They are the longest snake in the world. So
it's basically the King Kong of nope ropes, getting over 30 feet long. This thing could probably eat you. I'm sorry, I should...
So, the reticulated python is the only snake on record to have eaten a person. However, it is not like a me-sized person. It is smaller people. And not in the sense of to little people, but just like smaller builded people. Because where they're from, they're the native tribes. Very few cases have been documented of a human being eaten.
Think more positive. I'm positive they could eat you. It's actually the only snake in the world with video documentation of them consuming a human. And that's just...
I don't know if it's video documentation of them eating a person or if it was video documentation of them extracting a person from one. But yeah, they're the only snake on record to have actually eaten a person. But what he just said, that it can eat you, is not true. It can kill you, but it probably will not be able to eat you. I would say it's a pretty much 100% chance.
The beginning. They'll eat dogs and deer and pigs and sun bears.
I don't know about the sun bear part, but all the other ones, yes, absolutely.
Snake eating a bear.
Maybe a cub.
Nature. What are we doing? But the scary part is not what they hunt. It's how they hunt. First.
So, the scary part about them is, one, their gigantic size, because they can reach lengths of up to 30 feet. A little bigger, actually. They're monstrous snakes, and as you can tell by there, right here, they kind of have like an angry-looking eyelid over that eye. They all have that.
Off, they find their prey using infrared sensors and directional smelling, so they could smell which direction their prey is. And then they ambush the poor fellow with a super fast strike. Now, they don't have fangs. They have something worse. About 100 needle-like teeth.
So, here's the funny thing. They do have heat pits, as all, or typically a vast majority of pythons do. And every snake has the directional scent thing. It's not just reticulated pythons. They can stick their tongue out and kind of discover the direction in which a scent has gone. It's very weird. They have a Jacobson's organ in the top of their mouth that they kind of collect scent particles in the air. And it goes up in there and it kind of tells them which direction they need to be going. And as far as the teeth go, a vast majority, if not all, snakes have tiny needle-like teeth, including vipers and elapids, which are the venomous snakes of the world. They just have fangs on top of that.
Face backwards. In other words, if you try to yank free, the teeth go in deeper. So fun. And once they have their prey in their mouth, they start coiling around it, prepared to squeeze their HP straight to zero. They can squeeze so hard that they literally crush your bones and your organs. And
yes and no. The way a constrictor kills its prey is not by crushing it. They squeeze until the blood can't travel anymore, and you essentially go into cardiac arrest. They don't just squeeze you until everything breaks so they can eat you.
And then they swallow their prey whole.
That's true.
I'm supposed to put a joke here, but I can't stop thinking about a snake swallowing a bear. I'm traumatized. And as always, follow for more facts.
So, at least the vast majority of what he said was true. Again, I'm not, aside from it eating a young bear, I don't know how true that would be. I'm going to try to stick to reptile-based videos, because that's where my expertise kind of lies. So let's see. There's another saltwater crocodile. Let's look at that one.
Run.
I will point out the reticulated python video. Unless the skull was of a different python that I couldn't identify, every snake in that video was a reticulated python. I was paying attention to that.
I don't think people realize just how dominant these beasts are. Meet the saltwater crocodile. First off, it's the largest crocodile.
That is a real picture. That is I don't remember his name, but that is a tourist attraction. They'll go out in the water and feed him off the side of the boat like that for tourists.
In the world, getting up to 23 feet long and 2,200 pounds. That's
True.
the weight of an SUV and the length of a limousine. They also have a 5,000-pound bite force. That's half the bite force of a T-Rex. But the crazy thing about these dinosaurs goes beyond their size.
I could be wrong, but I feel like the bite force is a little underplayed there. I'm pretty sure it's a little higher than that. Not astronomically, but I think it's a little higher. I could be wrong. I haven't done my research on the crocodiles in a minute.
Strength. They have these little nodes that run all the way across their body. Those are basically motion detectors. And they could detect a heartbeat from a kilometer away.
I feel like that's false. They have very sensitive skin. They have organs all over the body to help them detect movement in water. But I don't think it can detect movement, at least not as faint as a heartbeat, a kilometer away. That seems outrageous. I'm fairly confident that is not true.
Not to mention, they have excellent eyes, better ears than humans, and directional smelling, so they can smell which direction a scent is coming from. And the worst part is they're basically invisible. In other words, Godzilla over here has got it all. Like, that's the final boss. Moral of the story? This is what the top of the food chain looks like. And as always, follow for more facts.
He's not the top of the food chain. He is an apex predator in where he is from, but much like every other animal where you dominate in one area, you will fail very quickly in another. So in his region of the world, there's really no predator that goes after him. They are the top dog in that area. The only real exception would be snakes for young ones, or giant snakes for middle-sized ones. But for a vast majority, they're the top dog of their areas. See, I am at 7 minutes, so I can probably get one more in here before I clock off here for the day. The gharial, no. Horned lizard. I'm gonna avoid the king cobra one because I've already seen him talk about that one, and I've seen the problems with it already. And if you haven't seen it, go check out Clint's reptiles videos on it. They're pretty good. He's a lot more knowledgeable than I am. He has at least a master's, I'm pretty sure a PhD in biology.
Okay, so this is the coolest snake I've ever seen. Does anybody know what this is?
I can't remember what that type of movement is called. Something locomotion, where they essentially use their ribs like legs and crawl in a straight line like that. It's something that not a whole lot of snakes have the ability to do. The gaboon viper is one that can.
Trust me, you do not want to get close to that thing. That is a very dangerous noodle called a gaboon viper. They move like a caterpillar, and at first glance, they look really slow, but don't let that fool you. They have one of the fastest strikes of all snakes. It's actually so fast that you can't see it with the naked eye. Not to mention the...
Not true. It is fast. It is one of the fastest bites of all snakes, but it's very seeable. You may not be able to react to it, but you'll be able to see the strike. It's not going to be a lightning, it's here, now it's over here, but it is very, very fast.
The fact that they have 2-inch fangs, which are the largest fangs of any snake on Earth. And their venom causes your whole body to swell up and break out in blisters. You can also go into severe shock, and obviously it could be fatal. Moral of the story, if you ever run into a gaboon viper, admire it from a distance. A really far distance. And as always...
So gaboon vipers are very docile snakes, all things considered, for a venomous snake. Obviously, don't go pick one up. Their toxin is incredibly dangerous. If you get bit, on best case scenario, you lose a finger. Worst case scenario, you die. They are very toxic. They have some of the highest venom yields of any snake, if not the highest, just because they have massive venom glands that will just dump a ton of venom. So they are not a snake to be trifled with, for sure. With that being said, they're very reluctant to bite. They are not ones that are likely to just bite you. Most snakes will run away, and they will try to get away because they don't want to use their venom on you. They need their venom to eat. It's a pre-digestion. So they don't want to use it in defense if they can help it. That's all snakes. Regardless of where they're from, the size, doesn't matter. All venomous snakes want to not use their venom in defense because they need it for food. But with that being said, this is one of those snakes that you are one of the least likely to be bitten by if you don't touch it. Because they seem, in everything that I've ever researched, everyone I've ever talked to, everything I've ever seen has basically told me that the gaboon viper is a very docile viper. And they will only really strike if they genuinely feel like they have no other options. If they think they can run, they're going to run. But they do rely on their camouflage, which is something he didn't mention. They blend in with leaf litter almost to be the point of invisibility. It is nuts. I will try to post a video or a picture up, right? Well, I guess over the video, just to show you a picture of one in leaf litter. It is crazy how good their camouflage is. But with that
Follow for more facts.
With that being said, as he said, I will try to give you more facts. So, again, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Everything helps. I'm going to try to push to get my zoo still going. And I'm going to work on getting a Patreon going to try to bring in revenue to help get that started and off the ground. So if you guys want to help with that, greatly appreciate it. I am working on it as I go. And I will see you guys in the next one.